Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, The Lazy King and the Busy Queen. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. In my little kingdom, dinner time is always the most exciting event of the day. My feline family knows exactly when the royal feast will be served. The male cat, let's call him the king, struts around the kitchen with an air of entitlement, as though I am nothing more than his loyal chef. His whiskers twitch, his tail flicks, and his eyes lock onto the food bowl as if it were a sacred treasure. Meanwhile, the queen, my elegant female cat, sits with quiet dignity, her gaze calm, yet commanding, as though she already knows her meal is guaranteed. Together, they look like rulers presiding over a court, with me humbly presenting their royal meal. The moment I place the food down, the king dives in first, devouring his portion with the enthusiasm of a warrior returning from battle. The queen, however, eats with poise, taking smaller bites, pausing now and then as if she were checking her reflection in an imaginary mirror. The contrast is hilarious. One looks like he hasn't eaten in 100 years, and the other acts as if a five-star restaurant critic is watching her every move. And of course, the tiny kittens, the little princes and princesses, can hardly wait their turn. Their squeaky meows rise like a choir demanding attention. They bounce around, sniffing the floor, batting each other with their miniature paws, and occasionally trying to sneak a taste from the royal parents' bowls. Dinner, in this household, is less of a quiet meal and more of a dramatic stage play full of comedy and chaos. After the feast, the difference between the king and queen becomes even more dramatic. With his belly full and his royal dignity satisfied, the king immediately seeks a soft spot to rest. He usually chooses the corner of the couch, where the sun still lingers, turning his golden fur into something resembling a halo. He stretches out with a long, lazy sigh, curling his tail around his body as though declaring, "My work here is done." Never mind that his work consisted solely of eating. He truly behaves as if he has just returned from a long day of ruling the kingdom. The queen, on the other hand, begins her second shift of the day. With patience and gentleness, she lies down and allows the kittens to gather around her. The little ones waste no time. They rush forward, nudging and pushing, their tiny tails pointing straight up like antennas searching for signals. The queen doesn't complain. She simply looks down at them with a mixture of exhaustion and love. Her soft purr vibrates like a lullaby, calming the chaos into a rhythm of contentment. Watching the scene always makes me laugh. The king is off in dreamland, probably chasing imaginary mice in his sleep, while the queen handles the true responsibilities of the household. If cats could talk, I'm quite sure she would roll her eyes and say, "Typical. He eats, he naps, and I do all the work." And yet, despite her endless duty, there's beauty in the moment. The kittens, so small and helpless, are nourished and comforted by her presence, proving that love and care often shine brightest in the quiet, unseen sacrifices. The routine may look unfair on the surface, the king living his best lazy life while the queen manages childcare, but somehow, it creates a kind of balance in the house. His calmness and her patience form two halves of a perfect whole. The king's ability to relax sets the tone for a peaceful environment, while the queen's devotion ensures the survival and growth of the tiny royal heirs. It is, in its own funny and adorable way, a system that works. I often sit nearby, sipping tea and watching this furry family drama unfold. Their world is small compared to ours, but it's full of lessons. The king reminds me that it's okay to rest after a long day, even if the day consisted of only small victories. The queen shows me the value of responsibility, patience, and quiet strength. And the kittens. Oh, the kittens. Teach me that curiosity, playfulness, and energy are the sparks that keep life joyful. At times, I imagine their little household as a tiny monarchy. The king, with his naps and dreams, rules over comfort and leisure. The queen, with her tireless care, rules over love and nurture. The kittens, meanwhile, are the mischievous princes and princesses, destined to one day take over the kingdom with equal parts chaos and charm. It's not a kingdom of gold or grandeur, but it's a kingdom of warmth, whiskers, and wonder. And so, every evening ends the same way, with a full belly for the king, a quiet purr from the queen, and a happy, milk-drunk pile of kittens snuggled together like fluffy marshmallows. It is, without a doubt, one of the sweetest and most entertaining sights in the world. Life often mirrors the balance we see in the world of our pets. In the story of the lazy king and the busy queen, the male cat enjoys his meal and immediately takes a nap, while the female cat devotes herself to caring for the newborn kittens. This contrast may seem unfair, yet it reveals an important truth about modern life. Roles are not always equal, but they are complementary. In today's world, people often struggle between the need to rest and the duty to take responsibility. Some of us, like the king, forget that rest is not laziness but an essential part of maintaining energy. Others, like the queen, embody resilience and selflessness, constantly giving without pause. The healthiest approach lies in finding balance between these two extremes. We must learn to respect rest as much as we value productivity, while also acknowledging and appreciating the invisible work that others contribute. In families, workplaces, and communities, harmony arises when everyone's role, whether visible or hidden, is recognized and respected. So let the king remind you to slow down, and let the queen inspire you to care deeply. Together, their example teaches us that love and balance are the true foundations of happiness.